Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Very interesting conversation there. We will be sharing with you the documentary Arrows of God here on News Central Television, so stay with us. It's been over 60 days since the new president, Bola Tinubu, assumed office, and the journey so far has already been eventful for Nigerians. In this report, Bernard Akede graphically explains the responses of people's satisfaction since Tinubu assumed office.
The first 60 days of any new government are usually pivotal and mark an essential juncture, a period for making impressions, unveiling early policies, and drafting a roadmap that could determine the next direction of the nation. Here is a statistical breakdown of people's reactions to some of the economic and governance policies of the new administration so far. The data was gathered by the Strategy and Intelligence Service of CMC Connect LLP in partnership with ADSR. In governance matters, concerning the removal of petrol subsidy, 31% of the respondents were not satisfied, 26% were extremely satisfied, while 17% were very satisfied. Concerning security, the president appointed new service chiefs. 11% of respondents were satisfied, 30% were extremely satisfied, while 31% were very satisfied. The composition of the ministerial list was quite a topical issue. 36% of respondents were not satisfied with the list, 6% were extremely satisfied, while 17% were very satisfied with the list. Besides being elected as Nigeria's president, Bola Tinubu was also elected as ECOWAS chairman. Concerning his election, 22% of the respondents were not satisfied, 30% were extremely satisfied, and 22% were moderately satisfied. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) chairman was one of those suspended by the president. Responding to this, 14% were not satisfied, 36% were extremely satisfied, while 25% were very satisfied. The education sector wasn't left out. Establishment of Nigeria's Education Loan Fund got Nigerians talking. 27% were satisfied with the loan fund, 24% were extremely satisfied, while 21% were very satisfied. For the planned introduction of the yearly vehicle ownership verification fee of 1,000 naira, 55% of the respondents were not satisfied, 8% were extremely satisfied, while 11% were very satisfied. The planned removal of electricity subsidy got a lot of reaction from Nigerians. 56% were not satisfied, 7% were extremely satisfied, while 11% were very satisfied. And for the proposed implementation of 8,000 naira to cushion the effect of subsidy removal, 3% were not satisfied, 75% were extremely satisfied, while 4% were very satisfied. In the financial sector, some of the issues where respondents showed most interest include unification of the exchange rate, which showed that 30% of the respondents were not satisfied, 16% were extremely satisfied, and 22% were moderately satisfied. The suspension of the Central Bank of Nigeria's governor, Godwin Emefiele, dominated the news for quite a while. Concerning this, 12% of the respondents were not satisfied with his removal, 50% were extremely satisfied, while 21% were very satisfied. And concerning the president's engagement with international investors, 19% of the respondents were not satisfied, 23% were extremely satisfied, and 29% were very satisfied. Generally, when asked how satisfied the respondents were after the first 60 days of the current administration, 32% of the respondents were not satisfied, 7% were extremely satisfied, while 18% were moderately satisfied. Going forward, respondents were asked if they see the country moving forward under the current administration. To this question, 38% of the respondents said they do not see the country moving forward under the current administration, while 62% said they do. The respondents, who comprised of both male and female, aged between 18 to 65 years, were from all the geopolitical zones of the country. 12% came from the North Central, 3% from the Northeast, 6% from Northwest, 10% from Southeast, 11% from the South-South, and 58% were from the Southwest. Bernard Akede, reporting for News Central.
All right. Thanks a lot to Bernard Akede for that report. Very interesting there. Of course, looking at those details and those statistics, I'm sure a lot of people would also want to know how many people generally were, you know, will pass through the survey basically, and you know, how many men, how many women, you know, and those who say they are very satisfied with the increment in electricity tariff, you know.
Well, there were
what
more
the color
men
of their
in that survey. The men there were about 78%. So
yeah, I'm just saying, like, you know, when you see certain questions and, you know, someone takes very satisfied,
you're
you
wondering,
have to
like,
wonder,
is this the same Nigeria or is it another Nigeria?
like, what's going on here?
Are
know?
you earning
Did
in
you
dollars?
read this? Did you
read
read
the
it?
question?
Exactly.
Because we're all
Anyway.
struggling through it.
Yeah.